When I sit enthroned under the shadow of El Shaddai, I am hidden in the strength of God Most High, under the shelter of his wings. He's the hope that holds me in the stronghold to shelter me, the only God for me and my great confidence. He will rescue me from every hidden trap of the enemy, every lurking foe, and remove all hazards from my midst. He will protect me from false accusations and deadly curses. His massive arms are wrapped around me, protecting me. I can run under his covering of majesty and hide. His arms of faithfulness are a shield, keeping me from harm. He will never cause me to worry. I will never worry about an attack of demonic forces at night, nor have to fear a spirit of darkness coming against me. I won't fear a thing, whether by night or by day, nor arrows that fly by day or night. Demonic danger will not trouble me. Nor will the powers of evil be launched against me. Even in a time of disaster with thousands and thousands being killed, I will remain unscathed and unharmed. I will be a spectator as the wicked perish in judgment, as my enemies fall, for they will be paid back for what they have done. When we live our lives within the shadow of God Most High, our secret hiding place, we will always be shielded from harm. How then could evil prevail against us or disease infect us? God sends angels with special orders to protect me wherever I go, defending me from all harm. If I walk into a trap, they'll be there for me and keep me from stumbling. I will even walk unharmed among the fiercest powers of darkness, trampling every one of them beneath my feet, walking over scorpions, cutting off the heads of serpents, burning with fire, dragons' lairs, and any other hidden. Here is what the Lord has spoken to me. Because my child has delighted in me as my great lover, I will greatly protect them. I will set him or her in a high place, safe and secure before my face. I will answer their cries for help every time they pray. I will not turn my face from them, and they will find and feel my presence even in times of pressure and trouble and uncertainty. I will make a way where there is no way. I will be a glorious hero and give them a feast. They will be satisfied with a full life, living their life to its full measure with all that I do for them. For my children will enjoy the fullness of my salvation. So Abba Yahuwah, Father of all life, caretaker and gardener of all of our souls in the land of the living, who has inscribed us into the book of life and who holds us in the palm of his hands and inscribed the entirety of us in the palm of his hands, merciful, benevolent Lord of lords, I ask, calm decree, claim, decree, declare healing, justice, judgment, recompense, and rectification to come across all dimensions and timelines and streams for all those who were harmed in the old time travel tech program and in the recalibrated and reinvented new time travel tech program and all the other programs that came from its base platform and base hardware and software that became the world's most monstrous entity of its own at one point. Cut off all those tentacles and let all tech be used for benevolent use. Let all of its facets and its constituent parts and any archdemons be shut down, muted, their consciousness seared, eradicated, and be blocked from every entry point and checkpoint from ceasing to enter and even operate in this existence anymore. For all desert demons and alike, and their dust storms to fold in and collapse on themselves and backfire on their own repercussions for what they're just gnats in your sight. Purify all these entry points that they hitched a ride on through quantum portals and points and all their mists that came with them. Gracious Father and Mother, may I ask you for full and complete deliverance this day from all fear-based programming and everything that the time travel program did to harm people. For all that was lost in it to be found now for your purposes, honor and glory and power. And for people to become single-souled, for wholeness to be restored in them, flooding through all the ripples and effects and fissures and cracks, sealing all of this and any abuse and entry points and attachments that the tech created in them now. In Yahushua HaMashiach's name, let the blood of the Lamb be applied on every point, area, and memory that has not been brought into your light yet. Let all cell integrity be rectified and reconstitute itself into a whole composition and bring us back into original frames of reference on a soul level, and reveal any artificial timelines that haven't been dealt with. Thank you for the Angel Quest victory and other things that were above and beyond any game that this world has ever played, with your knowledge and wisdom and stolen angelic intelligence. Let all cellular damage be stabilized, balanced, and resonate with the soul sanctum, heart's cavitations, and cavity, not just Earth's. Wash clean any blood clots, hemorrhaging, any splicing and splitting and stretching, and from off-world materials, damaging effects, and rubber banding, and from these imprisonment bars and cubes and grids that were created to entrap us and imprison us in these incarnations. We are not prisoners. We have freedom and liberty. Seal up any crux points, any fragments that they tried to erase from us, their twilight zones and dead drop points and null zones they tried to erase us from existence from, and the splicing attempts that did not kill us or entrap us forever. For we are forever yours and found in you and bound in you. So let us bind on earth now what is bound in heaven, and loose on earth what is loosed in heaven. In this moment's glance and bubble, you have protected us faithfully, shielded us and covered us in any time of need. Cancel any artificial timelines and let them be found out, and destroy any psychologically damaging creations and abominations, any fake versions of ourselves, even from our DNA or holographic resources throughout all space and time and every dimension and realm in between, including machine babies, computers, dragon ladies, Draco emperors, arcane rituals, events, vampiric parasitic entanglements, quantum entanglements, werewolf blood feasting, imprintations. Decouple waveforms and set in order the pattern of heavenly things onto every matrix we've ever touched base with or even thought formulated. Strengthen and prepare our makeup for your last stand when the pit is shut for eternity and no blasphemies will ever rise up, harass, or speak against what is most high, and shut down every vain imagination. Refine all that we've viewed in all throughout time and sharpen our focus into highest clarity, highest vision points, eagle's eyes, reasoning. Give us sound minds. Let us burn off any iniquities, any impurities that you find in us. Burn off extricated quantum tunneling points, ill effects of the time while jumping, miasms, the physical, emotional harm that was incurred from the interrogation sessions and black site hit attempts on our lives, and the time travel torture sessions and black sites, listed and not listed. Let the books be opened. Let all the evidence come forth. Let the other created versions of ourselves, even made from our own DNA, find closure and redemption if they be sold in human forms and can be redeemable. Give us peace. Piece together by your all-encompassing hand the rest of the writing on the wall, and give us the rest of the pieces so that we can come full circle. Make known your sacred artifacts and your angel quest victories and all the work that you did that was overcast above the firmament, out of sight and out of mind from any prying human malevolent eyes or concoctions. For you, the one who holds time in the glance of an eye, put into contrast all frames of reference so we can see the full picture, each other face to face one day, and even the Elohim's identity and divinity one day face to face as well, which is brighter than 100,000 suns, resurrecting celestial mechanics in its wake. Wipe the stardust from our eyes, that the lessons the angels brought here in our tandems stay, and let us receive their ministerings and healing sessions and flow sessions, filling all the spaces between of the unknowns as you see fit, and the words that were never allowed to come forth. Let our mouths be open to do such now, and our comprehension levels skipping leaps into leaps and bounds and holy hoops of fire. For you see and know us as our minds are and what we can handle and what fits, and the adjunction sinks. Let us find peace with feudalism, forgive all those who have harmed us, all traces of bitterness and the wars and the battles and the brutalities that we have seen. Shut down the shadows of monsters that may harm our subconscious in dream time. In all moments of weakness or temptation, let us forgive ourselves for and rectify us now to be standing stronger than ever as pillars, strong pillars in your firm foundation. Draw us closer to your high and holy mountain as we once witnessed. As your true heirs of Christ, let us be that cloud of witnesses that you seek with spotless garments, standing before you upright, past the tachyon fields and the dew of resurrection. Make our bones sing again and our blood be rendered holy, transformed and transfigured through the Lamb's covering and seals, an example as the Master that crossed eternity for us in love. Deliver us from the evil one and from clavens and cavalier clans. As heaven prepares the king for the king's triumphal entry, let us compose ourselves as a sweet song and savor and fragrance to your nostrils and be pleasing in your sight. Let us lean in and press in and learn to listen to the bottom of the throne room again, what your thunder and lightnings have to say, and what your judgments mean as you strike down your enemies, how justice rules and reigns, and how your mercy triumphs, as you, Yahushua, waits to trample the earth's winepress again, and oil and fire flow from his healed wounds that are anointed in his hands and feet. Anoint our hands and feet anew for your last war. Deliver us from the evil one. Sanctify our memories and our grid keeping and grid molding and all abilities and spiritual gifts that we have. Refine us anew. The kingdom technology be used for benevolent reasons. And let us understand the encounters we've had with that, and let us flee from even the appearance of evil. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Amen.